It is Mailbag Day, yo. We can't be talking about the NFC Championship game because we not there. But instead, on Mailbag Day, we got an interesting topic to discuss. Hey, should the Chicago Bears pursue Trey Hendrickson instead of Maxx Crosby? I have my reasons. Do you have yours? Y'all know we gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first. What's going on, Chicago Bear fans? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby. I got my D Rose jersey on all day, and I'm not taking it off. And I'm joined by C Dub. C Dub, what's the word?
What's the word, man? I'm just ready for the next season. I'm ready for next season.
Hey,
Ready.
started today. C Dub gonna start saying it's coming, y'all. Y'all know he
Man,
did it all last season. It's coming, y'all. We counted down the days. But C Dub, the interesting thing has transpired since the season concluded, even to the point to where we had Herb Howard in the press conference to end the season for the Chicago Bears. Asked Ryan Post, "Hey, is y'all Maxx Crosby on the docket?" And Ryan Post is like, "Oh snap, y'all starting already, huh?" But hey, C Dub, I have my reasons on why the Chicago Bears should pursue Trey Hendrickson instead of Maxx Crosby. How do you feel about that before I give you my reasons why?
um, that's understandable. I think most people go the way of Trey Hendrickson just for the financial reasons. It'll cost a lot less. I think it all breaks down to that if you're gonna choose Trey Hendrickson over Maxx Crosby. And it wouldn't be a bad move, nephew, because over the last 5 seasons, 4 of those he had double-digit sacks, over 13 sacks in each of those seasons, with an 8 sack season mixed up in there. Last season, he was injured. He only played about 7 games, 6, 7 games, 4 sacks. He's a big-time player. It just comes if you want to conserve money and going for Trey Hendrickson, you still get a bang for your buck. But Maxx Crosby is like a game-changing guy that you put in there. It's going to cost you a little bit more, maybe a lot more, to tell you the truth. So I understand it, but me personally, I have Max. But I ain't mad at Trey Hendrickson though. If you going
For
a
sure.
financial route,
For sure. So here's my logic. Number one, go and restructure these contracts so you can open up more money to yourself as an organization. And then you already kind of said it. You can go out there and still have draft flexibility if you do not go out there and trade for Maxx Crosby. I will give you that. Maxx Crosby right now is the better player, but Trey Hendrickson is a player that is not too far behind. And I think that if you go out there and pursue Trey Hendrickson instead of Maxx Crosby, you are able to move Dio Olindingbo inside so you can say goodbye to Big Bill and you can go ahead and, try to restructure Grady Jarrett a little bit. But I think that if you have Trey Hendrickson on the outside, Dayo, Javon Dexter, and Montez Sweat, that's a hell of a defensive line in my personal evaluation. And then you can move on beyond that with some of your draft selections with trying to get another defensive tackle or potentially looking at another edge and looking at some linebackers, looking at defensive backs, because there is a mock trade that's going around. And I think it's just too costly for the Chicago Bears. It's saying that we trade DJ Moore away and we give them a first-round pick and we give them a 5th-round pick or a 3rd-round pick. That is absolutely too much for me to handle as a fan. Now, would I love Maxx Crosby in Chicago? Absolutely, because then I think we're going to the Super Bowl. But I still think we could be potentially Super Bowl bound with Trey Hendrickson having that familiarity with Dennis Allen and still be able to be productive, because Trey Hendrickson dealt with his injuries all season long. Maxx Crosby is coming off, an injury himself, which he didn't necessarily have to end his season for. It's just that the Raiders elected to end this season because he was dealing with that knee injury all season long. So he had to get some cleanup work. But I think the more safer and the more smarter decision will be to go after Trey Hendrickson. But I wouldn't be mad at Maxx Crosby. Let's make that clear.
I have a question for you, but first I must say that Dio should be moved inside. He should be moved out of Hollis Hall. That's where the hell he should be moved. But here's my question. Let's just say what you just put forth happens, and you move Dio inside, and you get Trey Hendrickson, you got Big Dex, and you got Montez on the line. You just told me that you thought that if we acquire a guy like Maxx Crosby, you think we got Super Bowl aspirations. Am I right in saying that, nephew?
You're right.
Now, what about your scenario? Because you did not put that moniker on that. Would we have Super Bowl aspirations with a Trey Hendrickson, a Dio, a Dex, and Montez Sweat?
Yes.
But you're not that excited if we get a Maxx Crosby. I could tell by the way you answer.
Because and you're right. It's because to your point, Maxx Crosby is a game wrecker, game changer, game whatever you put game and then fill in the blank. It all fits perfectly. Yep. So Trey Hendrickson, I think he's a hell of a pass rusher. He just not Maxx Crosby. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think the smarter decision will be to pursue Trey Hendrickson.
And what would make that just the financial reasons, correct? And
it'll be financially and draft flexibility as the two.
So to acquire Maxx Crosby, will you think that'll be an overreach for the Chicago Bulls on the next season? So I'm sorry, Chicago Bears. Because of course the expectations for this teams has risen. And we still ahead of a schedule. Probably this year that's coming up, we probably would have been like, okay, we're going to the playoffs. We want to win at least a playoff game. Mm-hmm. That has changed, obviously.
Yes.
So realistically, is it Super Bowl with the acquisition of Trey Hendrickson, but he's not the player that Maxx Crosby is, or is it like the NFC Championship game or something like that?
I think that you still got to go out there and go for the Super Bowl. And I respect what Ben Johnson said. This is nothing to build off of. We're starting from scratch. And another reason I want to add in is because I want to keep my offense the same. Yeah, DJ Moore pissed me off with the last play. Yeah, there's a number of things that happened, but I can't forget about the entire season. We looked at Rome Odunze start off hot, and he reached that point. He got injured. He started to tail down. In the number one wide receiver that came up into fruition, DJ Moore was a part of that guy that helped us get to where we were able to get to when we most needed somebody to answer the call. DJ Moore had the walk-off touchdown versus the Packers. DJ Moore had a touchdown versus the Los Angeles Rams in tight coverage. DJ Moore had one of the more exciting plays versus Cleveland. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna be ticked off about the last play and how that transpired, but I can't forget how DJ Moore impacted this team in the absence of Rome Odunze, along with others. But I don't want to get rid of DJ Moore. I think the offense is set. I think you never should stop drafting offensive linemen. But I think this defense, they need the patchwork. And that's why another reason why I'm keeping Trey Hendrickson. But the aspirations still will be the same, as we got to get to the Super Bowl now.
Yeah, and all of what you said was correct. I think that this decision on the defensive line, whether it comes from acquiring a guy like Maxx Crosby, if it comes from acquiring a guy like Trey Hendrickson, or it comes from drafting a big-time pass rusher from college, it's the most important move for the Chicago Bears coming up this season. That defensive line must be touched up if we want to achieve our bloviated goal. I'm a just go NFC Championship game if you get a Trey Hendrickson, and then if you get Maxx Crosby, then we talking Super Bowl. Okay,
This is
yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask a question. If the Chicago Bears this season had the pass rush of the Houston Texans,
oh my
we
God,
winning the we going to the Super Bowl, right?
we still playing right now. We going to Seattle. They
So
might be
that's
coming
why-
here.
With that, that's why I don't want to mess with the offense. I want them to gain more continuity, gain more knowledge, stay
Absolutely.
within the system, and improve the hell out this defense. I'm not ready to move off DJ Moore. That's just me though. But last question before we get into the mailbag.
Wait, last question for me. Do you agree with that though? Do you agree that the defensive line is the most important move for the Chicago Bears going into next season?
Yes, because we seen if you could have gotten to Matthew Stafford a little bit more, which I think they had a couple sacks in that game. I think a defensive line that is able to cover for Caleb Williams' interception, like they did in that game. They cover for him. But if you can cover, like really, really cover, because in the Houston Texans game, Drake May fumbled 3 times. Imagine what Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson can do with your defense creating fumbles. The Bears caused the fumble in the Rams game, but that was a odd ass offensive lineman running down the field.
Yeah, dude, that's weird.
And that plays into helping cornerbacks like Kyler Gordon. And man, hey, we missed the hell out of him, bro, because in his games he was present. That defensive backfield was humming.
They were better.
Real talk. They were much better. And I think that's more sustainable than saying, hey, let's focus more on the linebackers or the defensive backs, which I'm not wanting. I still want to focus there, but the number one priority is the defensive line, bro. You need a dominant pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Some that's going to have quarterbacks drifting backwards, because we know Jared Goff is a turnover merchant when he's faced under pressure, and we know Jordan Love is going to throw off that back leg. And 9 in Minnesota, yeah.
We ain't even gotta say nothing. That'll be bullying if we talk about him. He just trash. We'll just leave it at that.
But
I'll just say he's trash.
Hey, it is what it is, buddy. He got to show something better. But
It'll be an
now it's
interesting
time to
off
get in.
season for the Bears. Interesting off season coming up.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. This gonna be the first time he's in champs, but we gonna be good.
Oh, bro, we the NFC North champs. Motherfuckers better know that.
It's like time out. Speak accordingly, appropriately.
Bro, use proper etiquette fucking with us. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. But hey, man, now it's time to get into the mailbag, man. We're gonna jump right into it. This first one, you did not leave your name, but this is from the 630.
Hi, first time caller. I enjoy the show. I love my Bears, and I've seen this season as all gravy. No one expected them to do this well, and it was a wonderful watch. Cardiac Bears for sure. I have total faith in Ben Johnson. I have total faith in Caleb Williams. I'm a Tyson Bagent fan. I'm ecstatic that he's our backup. And if he has to come out and play, I think he'd do well. But Caleb seems to be showing that he might be that generational talent that we need desperately here in Chicago. I just want to leave my thoughts.
Appreciate the call from the 630. Leave your name, brother, so we can go out there and, show you your proper respect. C-Dub, what you got? Because I got a hell of a question now.
Hey, bro. Hey, shout out to 630. Did you know what he just did, right? Do you know what this man just did? He just put his love of Tyson Bagent to the side, and he have seen the Caleb light. He has seen it, bro. I hear it in his voice. I hear it in the cadence of his voice that he hates to do it, but he cannot disrespect what he's seeing with his own 2 eyes. Caleb is going to be him. He's already him. So he must get off that Tyson Bagent badass. What is it? The Tyson Baddies, Bagent, whatever y'all is. I like Tyson. He a good backup. But y'all got to stop thinking that he's going to be the savior for the Chicago Bears, because Caleb is that. And I appreciate 630 in his little way. He know he got to leave his name. He just know it. Okay, 630. We get it. We understand. I'm glad that you came to see the light, big dog. Welcome to the home team.
You talking about welcome to the home team. Hey, C-Dub. Remember, and I got to bring this to the fellas too, because they was like, well, everybody was, including myself, I was like, I ain't seeing a generational stuff. Caleb Williams this season showed that generational talent.
Yep.
Is that fair to say?
Absolutely fair.
You want to know why? Just think about in the Rams game. He caught the pass. He caught the snap at the 15 and threw it from the 40. Bomb. The man on fourth down to Rome Odunze. His feet wasn't even on the ground. Converted the fourth down. Cleveland Browns game. How did he make that? All season long, we was looking ugly and surprised. We're seeing the generational talent come to fruition. And hopefully, we get the host Lombardi soon. Hopefully.
Yep.
What you say to that before we go to the next one?
You're right. 100%. I have nothing else to add. What is else to add to if you're 100% right?
Hey, I'm just saying. But hey, appreciate the call to 630. Please make sure y'all leave y'all name when y'all call in and give us y'all take. We want to
He did it
show
on purpose,
love
nephew. He did it on purpose. Go to the next one. I understand what he was doing.
But hey, here's the next one. This next one is from Cardo. First time caller.
Yo, there's Central. What's going on? It's your boy Cardo, man, from Palm Beach. Yeah, I was thinking, man, I wanted your opinion. All this talk about D-line help and all of that, and I was doing a little bit of research to see who maybe is a legit get that might, not cost a lot. And I was thinking New York, man, the Giants got three defensive linemen over there. They just drafted last year, Bill Carter. They just paid Ryan Burns, I think, last year, and seems like Kayvon Thibodeau's odd man out. And I know he's been, obviously underwhelming, but I feel like he might be one of them guys. He's still young enough. He might be one of them guys that could benefit from a change of scenery and might not really cost a lot to get. So I was, wanted your opinion on what you think, the possibility of us probably landing him, or shit, I don't think we'll need to give up, a whole lot to get him. And as far as who else, maybe Trey Hendrickson, but obviously he's older, a little injury prone, so that could probably work in our favor. You won't get a big contract, probably a year prove it deal, or 2-year deal, or shit, we can get both of them, let them compete. You know what I mean? But something I was thinking about, man. Let me know what you think. Always Chicago up, bear down.
Appreciate the call, Cardo, and that is a hell of a thought to bring to the forefront. I agree with you. We might not be able to get both, but Kayvon Thibodeau plays inside. If you can get him, I say go get him, because you might not look at the stats and say that he has performed well. And this is why we got to go back to Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. We're going to glaze them a little more. I ain't even going to lie to you. Players are now going to want to play for this team. Yeah. And you have to take advantage of this opportunity right now. And I agree with you on the last part. Kayvon Thibodeau, he still got some game. A change of scenery might be best for him. And I believe he will cost less than Trey Hendrickson. C-Dub, what you say?
That was a great point that you made within that statement, nephew, saying that I would just go on the limb right now and say the Bears are the most appealing team to play for players in the NFL. I would have to say they're the most appealing team with a great future in front of them. I look at this situation with the defensive line like this. What kind of earthquake do you want to set? How do you want to rate on the Richter scale? Thibodeau, you're a good young player. I think we got the same type of impact on the team now with Dex, and you probably find some guys to do that. You go with Trey Hendrickson. That's a higher earthquake. You put that higher on the Richter scale. That's what a 5.0 or something that you might be able to get to where you want to go, but you got some concerns with injuries, and he's dominant, but he also got some seasons tucked in there with like 8 sacks and 5 sacks. Or you just go with the big what they call it, the big one in California, that the San Andreas Vault earthquake, the motherfucking 9.0 on the Richter scale. That's Maxx Crosby. That's goddamn it, we going for it. And it really is gonna be, what can y'all do to stop us? That's what the thing is. How are you gonna stop this earthquake? You can't stop an earthquake.
You just gotta brace yourself. Cooking. Y'all know Unc be like, what? But that motherfucker cook this one. He cook this one. I can't even lie. But hey, appreciate the call, Cardo. C-Dub, we chugging right along, brother. Now it's time to get into this next one. This next one is from Xavier.
What's going on, guys? This is Xavier calling in, man. Just want to speak on the news that I'm seeing coming out, man. Seems like everybody trying to get all our coaches, man. I knew it was going to happen once every NFL team has success. The coaches start to get jobs and other places and whatnot. But, man, I'm not too worried about the loss of EB. I mean, everybody to me, I love him. You feel me? I love what he did with Swift and Monaga, but I feel like we can honestly keep some of those things intact that he taught them and build off of it with another coach. But Dal Harris loss is gonna hurt. Honestly, bro, I feel like he brings something to the secondary wherever he coaches at. He has a nice track record in Dallas, and then we seen the type of year Nashawn Wright put up under him as well. So that's gonna be tough. Hopefully, if he does leave, hopefully he don't go to the fucking Packers, because I know it's them and the Commanders. I know he played for the Packers years ago, but I don't want him to go there, bro. I would hate for Al to go there because I just don't like them bitches. But what else? I would like. I see Declan Doyle is getting some looks from the Eagles. I mean, I understand that Ben Johnson is the primary play caller, but I want to keep continuity around Caleb for as long as possible. So I wouldn't want to have to move and get another OC per se. So, man, bro, like, it's coming, bro. What we were all dreading is coaches leaving and that revolving door. I just want to keep that continuity together for this team because, once success comes, these coaches leave. And, man, it sucks, but that lets us know that we did something right this past offseason. Ryan Poles did what he was supposed to do by putting the right staff together, man. But let me know how y'all feel about this, man. It's not all doom and gloom, obviously, but I like continuity for my team, man. But let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Chicago up better.
Appreciate the call, Xavier. C-Dub, what you got?
Yeah, that comes with the territory. I know we're not used to it. It's been a long time. It's been rather inconsistent with us in the winning ways. And teams around the NFL, they can see what type of a program is going on with Chicago. So, of course, they're going to come and poach some of the coaches that's here. Al Harris was a terrific coach for us for 1 year. I think we'll be okay. He got ambition as a young coach. We eventually knew that he was going to leave. You get a guy like Declan Doyle. I don't even know how he looks. I don't know. I think we're going to be okay if Declan Doyle goes. I don't even know how he looks. So that's it. If Eric Bieniemy, you knew that he's still trying to get a coaching job. He was going to move on. I still think that we're going to be gone. They still have those values and those teachings instilled in them, the running backs and defensive backs that play for said coaches. I think that as long as we have Ben Johnson and guys like Dennis Allen at this point, the culture still resides in Chicago. And that's the only thing we should worry about is the culture. Does it stay? And as long as a guy like Ben Johnson and fuck it, Caleb Williams, the culture's still in here in Chicago. I think we can find somebody that can fit in.
I agree with C-Dub 100%, Xavier. And I want you to think about this. That's going to hopefully calm your nerves a little bit because I'm with you on a one in the continuity thing. Look at Sean McVay. Look how many coaches has been a part of his staffs and they went on to get jobs. And Ben Johnson, he already said it. I'm not gonna keep my guys from elevating in their careers. I'm gonna support them as much as possible, is what he said. And I want you to think about this to hope to continue the calming this whole thing down. You have Ben Johnson, who is the head coach, but is the manufacturer of this scheme offensively. Dennis Allen is a former head coach. He's not going anywhere. And there still is some continuity. The Bears are still going to have Dan Rochar as their offensive line coach. There's still Caleb Williams is still going to have JT Barrett as his quarterback coach. You're still going to have Dennis Allen as your defensive coordinator. Yes, it's going to be terrible to lose Al Harris, but schematically, nothing is really changing. So I think that, yes, I don't want to see my guys go, especially go into the ops, but this is what comes with the territory. And last thing, for all those people that was out there calling the Bears fraud, if they're so fraudish, why are their coaches being interviewed? And last thing, Declan Doyle, he ain't going nowhere. I think maybe next year, but I don't think he's ready to move on.
Yeah, let's be careful of teams like Green Bay trying to act like they poaching coaches, like that's gonna affect us, bro. We don't care. Bro. Do what y'all want.
For sure. We about to jump into this next with C-Dub. This next one is from Seven.
Peace and blessings. What's good? It's your boy Seven Inglewood's on right now in your zone. And man,
on the radio.
Look, I gotta congratulate the Bears on having an awesome season, absolutely awesome season, and everything that they've done. That it's just uplifted the city from, turning the record around and the explosive plays that they've been they've been showing, and the excitement that they play with and all that, the togetherness, the way that they all believe, all that stuff is just amazing. And it just looks like they have a great package going forward, into the near future. However, what's got me a little concerned is just the fact that, so Ben Johnson being a finalist for Coach of the Year is an awesome, a feather that we can put in our cap for, that we can, put on as one of the caps for the end to a great season, right? But it's like we haven't really done anything. We still haven't done anything. You know what I'm saying? And like we're just on the brink of doing something, and and with that, everybody can just see it, sense a little bit of light. It seems like the other teams can sense a little bit of light of excitement or focus or direction over here in Chicago, and now everybody's like, "Oh, take it, whatever they got, take it before they." It's like I won't get into this anyway, but it's just weird how they like before they can even really establish what and who they are, they're already being poached. Coaches are already being poached, offense, defense, and I'll say that's kind of one of the reasons that the Lions went in the direction that they went. And I just don't want that to be the fate of the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Hell, at least they had 3 years plus with Ben and Aaron Glenn. But what the Bears got? The Bears got 1 year with Al, and he's gone. We got 1 year with Eric Bieniemy, he gone. We got 1 year with Declan Doyle, he gone. It's like, so I'm happy with, again, the team, the players, a lot of the direction that the coach and the rest of the players are going. But that supporting cast, that's just as important as everything else. So without good leadership in those positions, I'm just curious. I won't say fearful or I'm wary. I'm wary about where the team can actually go, given that leadership, that level of leadership is not going to be gone. So I just wonder your thoughts on that. I know you kind of spoke to it already, but just kind of wonder if you thought of it or look at it from that perspective as well. But anyway, Chicago up, bear down. Let's go. 2.
Appreciate the call, 7. I'm going to just say this. Ben Johnson has showed us that he's not into the business of hiring his friends. He's in the business of hiring who is the best candidate out there. That should give you confidence. I understand that Declan Doyle is being interviewed. Me personally, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Al Harris potentially can go somewhere. And I think that Eric Bieniemy deserved to be an offensive coordinator, but instead to get back into the league, he took a running backs coach job. I don't have an issue with that. I think that all of us, we can be a little wary. But again, like I told Xavier, the play caller on offense is still here. The play caller on defense is still here. Now, when we talk about techniques with your positional coaches, yes, there's going to be, some concern, but I will ask everybody to keep a cool booty because we good.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. I'll be swift. The Detroit Lions didn't just let Ben Johnson just go. Didn't just let an offensive coordinator go. They sort of let their entire offense go. You see how they offense kind of struggled. Why I'm saying that is the Chicago Bears will not let go of the culture that had gained them this success. And that culture is Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and Caleb Williams. That's the culture now. Anybody else is just support to that culture and can be replaced in my eyes. If I'm just going to say it plain out, cruelty, they can be replaced. Even Al Harris can be replaced. Eric could be enemy. He can be replaced. They're good coaches, but they can be replaced.
And now this the last point. Ben Johnson is like Sean McVay. They call the plays. This is not a Dan Campbell, a John Harbaugh situation to where they are just the CEOs and are truly dependent on their coordinators like Nick Sirianni as well. When you as the head coach call the plays, that side of the ball that you call the plays on still should be good. We should be fortunate and happy that we have a head coach who's an offensive mind that can call plays as well. Because if you are Nick Sirianni, Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, you are heavily dependent on those coordinators. Remember that, guys. When you are heavily dependent on those coordinators, when they leave, things change. But when you are a head coach who calls the plays, you still should be good on your side of the football. Yep. We should be good, guys.
Yep.
All right, C-Dub, we getting into this last one of the day. This last one is from Milton, the Dark Knight.
Milton.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, them Cognac boys, what it do? It's Milton, the Dark Knight, calling once again on this beautiful Friday evening. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Well, like Tony Stark said in Avengers Endgame, part of the journey is the end. I can't even bring myself to watch the NFC title game, knowing that we're not going to be playing in it. But overall, I'm very proud of the way our team came through. We weren't even expected to be in the playoffs. We've exceeded expectations with a first-year rookie head coach. Am I expecting perfection? Nah, and everything. But I'm just glad we proved the haters wrong and that we have not only put the NFL on notice, but now we got a target on our back, knowing that our quarterback and this team can arise to the occasion. That's the only thing that hopefully that Ben Johnson and the rest of the crew can work on this offseason, during training camps, OTAs, and everything. And even with the preseason coming up, is to get up to a fast start instead of the come from behind wins. Believe me, I appreciate all the come from behind wins and everything, but I would say in order for us to get more respect from the league as a powerhouse, we got to play all 4 quarters of football. And then the other thing is, it's like, I guess Al Harris is going to probably be on the move. And my thing is, what the if he does get a coaching job or, different team to go play for, of all people, I hope to God he doesn't go to them damn rat bastard Packers, though. Because it's kind of like, okay, we beat the hell out of them 2 out of the 3 meetings this past season, so to the wild card game. And he gets a job, hypothetically with the Green Bay Packers. It's like, in a way, and this is just me thinking it, it's like, in his way, he's saying, fuck you, Bears, I'm going to the Packers and everything. It's like the tide has already started turning with us beating the Packers. It'll be like everything with him will be in vain if he were to go to the Packers. I mean, it's going to be hard if he decides to leave, but leaving and you go into a damn division rival, it's like, nah. I pray that he doesn't do that. And also, the same thing with Ian Cunningham. It's like Ian Cunningham and Ryan Poles are like the Batman and Robin for the Chicago Bears, and Kevin Warren is like Commissioner Gordon. And that's just how I see it and everything. But, I'll hate to see Ian Cunningham leave. He was good while he was here, the coach, GM, and everything. But I do wish him the best, and then we'll get that extra 3rd round pick if he does leave. But anyway, Chicago Bears, Chicago Bears Central. I hope y'all having a good week. I hope you have a good weekend. Chicago up, Bear down. I'll holler at you on the next one. Go Bears!
Shout out to Milton. C-Dub, what you got for us?
A shout out to my boy Milton. He has some great thoughts in this statement right here. I'm gonna say it seems like it's a lot of angst about us losing players and coaches, mainly coaches in this mailbag. I think people should just look at it in a different way. Like every team that has success, it's a copycat league. They want to poach coaches from your system to apply some of those assets that got you guys to being good to their system. And you should take that as a compliment as long as we can keep the culture. And I think the Bears will have this culture for the next 10 years, at least. And with Al Harris, just remember, he is an alumni of the Green Bay Packers. He is a Green Bay Packer at heart. He's an op in heart. So it's most likely that he's going to go take a job with the Green Bay Packers. He might not, but most likely. You know, they like to stick together. You know what I'm saying? So don't care. We can replace those guys, bro. You'll fall in love with the next one. I guarantee you. That's all I have to say about that. Everybody has a little, you know what I'm saying? They're a little nervous about our coaches, let's say, graduating. Because with success, you graduate to the next level of coaching. So these guys are graduating. You know, even Eric Bieniemy, he kind of demoted himself and went to running back coach. Now he's gonna graduate and probably get a offensive coordinator job somewhere.
He did. He with the Chiefs now.
Now he got an offensive coordinator job. Now he's promoted. Now that's how the shit goes. If we have success, you're gonna lose coaches. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, and not again. Just to reiterate an earlier point, we have the play callers in place, guys.
Yes.
And if Al Harris go to Green Bay, guess what? We just got to beat his ass too. Ben Johnson came from Detroit. we can't be mad when they go to the ops. These guys have livelihoods as well. I hope he don't go to Green Bay, but to see Doug's point, he did play for them. And if you remember correctly, he made one of their greatest plays in playoff history with the pick six versus Mike Hasselbeck. Y'all remember?
Yeah.
That was Al Harris. Pick six for the game. Mm-hmm. Pick six. We running with the football with the one up. Y'all don't remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He from Green Bay. If he go there, guess what? We still got to beat his ass too. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's just what it. Why you think the Detroit Lions play their best games versus the Bears this season? If they played all them other teams how they played the Bears, they probably would have made it to the playoffs. But it's okay, guys. We're going to be fine. Ben Johnson is not bringing in his best friends. He's bringing in capable guys.
Yes.
To get the job done. Hey, Green Bay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hire Matt Eberflus. He the best candidate for y'all. Hire him.
Bro, I hear they was flirting with him.
Hey, LaFleur and Flus was kicking it at the Bucks game last year. Why not?
Hey, bro, do it, bro. I think seriously, I think he can help you guys out. He can revolutionize that defense. It'll be zone defense on third and three.
Third and three.
Third and three. You play cover two. Soft cover two. That's no Ben Johnson played Matt Eberflus 2 times every year. He's cut his ass up every time. So
I want y'all to remember this last point about the Green Bay Packers. In the last 4 games, the Bears are 3-1. In the last 5 games, the Bears are 3-2. We up.
Up on the skull, baby. They don't like it neither. They can't even contain themselves, bro. They asking. Listen to this. I just seen this tweet, nephew, before we get out of here. I seen a Green Bay Packer fan. A lot of people know him. He's kind of well-renowned. He said, man, Minnesota and Detroit, we need to join together and get on these Chicago Bears fans because they are the problem now.
I love it.
They can't cope with us being the best. We the kings right now. They can't cope with it. They trying to join up with the ops. Did you ever think we would be joining up with some ops? Is you crazy?
Never.
ever.
But hey, that is it from us today, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. If you want to be a part of the Mailbag episode, do so. Make sure you leave your name and give us your take. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm Bobby. That's C-Dub. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Chi-Town up and bet down. Peace.
Shout out Derrick Rose, bro.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.